right? I mean, they're,
Quiet now for a second.
yeah.
Shh, we gotta make this professional. We're on the radio, man.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, we're on the fucking radio.
Are not necessarily those of the network or anyone affiliated.
Laughing in radio.
There will
March
be
Madness.
mature and possibly immature content.
Can you hear that?
Your discussion is
Not
always
really.
advised.
Okay, good.
As a matter of fact.
Oh, is that your phone or something? Do you call it on your?
No, it's playing the intro.
Very poorly
Oh,
produced.
good. What is? Oh man, I don't. What does the intro sound like? Anyways, you know what? There's a lot of things on the on this topic. Are there other? Is that idiot? Not idiot. I like Dennis.
Save it. For when we get on here. Wait a minute. I'll let you know because you can't hear the intro.
Okay.
Welcome to the Monster Castle Radio Show. For the extreme paranormal listener. And here is your host, the Wolfman, Mike.
What's going on? All right. Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, can you fucking dig it? All right. Yeah.
Dude, are we live?
Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, baby. We are fucking live, baby. Oh, yeah. Can you dig it?
I know that, man. I was sitting here. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just wanted this thing to shut the hell. Okay, shut up. All right. That's enough of that. Yeah. That was too long of an intro anyway. Yeah.
I haven't heard it for a long time, so it was good. Now, I could probably make you hear that on there, but I think it would probably cause echo when you talk to me. So, fuck that.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, well,
By the way, is my sound okay? Can you hear me okay?
fuck yeah. You sound awesome. It sounds amazing.
Dude, man, I just got my setup done, man. It's the first time I've ever had like a legit setup. Feel good. Feel good.
I'm using a half-ass fucking total minimal setup, but I can do it with this.
Well, this is a legit setup on a budget. Let's be clear. It's nothing like high-end equipment or anything. But for me, it's good. I'm happy.
Well, you can get
I'm
high-end
happy you're
sound. You can get high-end sound with minimal equipment nowadays if you know what you're fucking doing, right?
Yeah, I basically built a little studio, man, at my house.
Yeah, that's what I did. But I don't have it anymore. I got to build a new one because I moved all my equipment to another place and it's not set up. So I'm just using virtual cables and a fucking laptop right now. But I can actually
Sound great.
I can put Discord through here too at the same time. I have 2 inputs. So 2 inputs on my Spreaker board. It's pretty easy to do. Using 2
Dude,
different.
if you're on Twitter, everybody should be following Wolfman Mike. Dude, you're one of my favorite guys to listen to, and you probably didn't even know that. I like your show a lot, man. It's
Right,
so
well,
good.
It's Wolfman Mike 47 on Twitter.
Wolfman Mike 47 at Wolfman Mike 47. It's great. You want to
that's-
add?
Oh yeah. It lets you know when I'm going live. I use Twitter usually to let people know when I'm going live. I used to have a big audience. Now I haven't done it for a while, so people aren't watching it anymore. But gotta start watching it again because I'm gonna start going live again. You never know.
What's your favorite television show of all time?
Either Star Trek or X-Files, probably.
Wow, nice. I'm with you on X-Files, and Star Trek is an interesting show, man. I think Star Trek really showed society what outer space should be like.
Oh, dude, they did a lot more than that. Star Trek.
Well, they did. They did a lot more than that, but that's just what that's the first thing I think of, man. Like when we think of space, we think of the final frontier.
Okay, but they were the first show to have a black woman take a leading role. Did you know that?
Wow, they did it before the Cosbys did it.
Well, dude, Lieutenant Uhura was a big, huge, controversial issue.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Bathtub Girl.
Yeah. And they fucked her over.
Yeah, the controversy began. And so Uhura, it was really, I didn't know this. It was a really controversial thing, right?
It was huge. It was huge. And Lucille Ball actually was the one who gave the final decision that Star Trek goes on the air.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. Well,
Was she stomping grapes, and she's like, let's do it?
Gene Roddenberry was friends with Richard C. Hoagland, who's a friend of mine. So I know a lot of inside information about Star Trek.
Richard Hoagland's your friend?
Yes.
Get out of town, Freddie Brown. That's awesome.
Richard C. Hoagland's my buddy, and he actually even wished me a happy birthday, and he gave me condolences when my wife died.
Man, that is crazy. And my condolences as well. But Richard C. Hoagland, that's a name that I spent many late nights listening to him. With Art Bell and.
Well, you probably heard me or Darren or I phone in because I'm the Michael that used to phone in.
Oh, were you regular on Art Bell?
On Richard C. and Art Bell, regular caller.
Oh man, that's fantastic.
Well, that's that's how I got my name, and people started saying you got a great voice for radio and you should do your own show, and so that's how I did it. That's because I was a regular caller on Art Bell and Richard C's. I got to know their producers. They would call me up and say, "Hey, call in now."
Man, that's pretty interesting stuff. Richard C is I'd have to say, one of the bigger names in the industry, man. I mean, I would put him in the top 10 names maybe in all of ufology, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong, but when I think if you ask me to name 10 personalities that talk about paranormal UFO stuff, I think Richard C is up there, man. Top 10 easy.
Yeah, I would say definitely. He's more on the outer space anomalies, though.
Yeah, he was big on the Mars anomalies and outer space the face on Mars, right? That got him pretty famous.
And the glass towers, in the lunar picture, like the pictures, NASA pictures. Him and his team, they pick out anomalies, and that's what Darren was really into, and that's why him and I got friends after talking in together, calling in to a Richard C, and we ended up talking to each other on the Skype after he hung up on us, and Darren and I got friends. That's my co-host for Monster Castle, and he was the number one caller on Richard C's show. That's Darren.
Darren?
Yes.
Darren was his number one caller?
Darren, the one you know from Uptight Citizens Brigade on Discord, is the number one caller from Richard C's show, and they're very good friends.
Well, it's no wonder he's so passionate about dinosaurs having existed. What a fool. But anyways, maybe that drove him to drinking, all that Richard C stuff.
Yeah.
I just kid. Come on. Everyone drinks.
you.
I love drinking. I like Dennis. He's a good guy.
Well, we got to get him on here.
I thought he'd be here. I guess he was. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna listen in on you guys. But come on, let's be real. I think
that's fine.
I think Darren would be cool, man. Like, bring him in.
Darren might come in. Yeah.
Anybody?
I meant
Darren,
actually,
Dennis.
I meant Dennis, Darren, Debbie, whoever. Anyone
by the way, ask them. I mix their names up like crazy, but I meant Dennis. But I always mess up their name.
I think we should. Anyone with a D is allowed to call in.
Yes.
Anyone starting with D.
Debbie Daly included.
Yeah, Debbie Daly, Darren, Dennis.
Dude,
Dyke.
what a coup that would be. That would be a great coup.
Dennis Dyke, Debbie Daly, or Darren.
Yeah, that's a tongue twister. Say it again really fast. Go ahead. Go.
Dennis Dyke, Debbie Daly, or Darren.
You made it, man. That was good.
I'm not drunk yet.
Not yet.
I will be.
That's good. Stabby McHugs urged me once to try dabbing, and so now I dab. I like dabs. They're good. I got my first dab rig.
Oh my god, I know what that is, but I don't know if I want to know. Is it something sexual? It's not sexual,
actually,
is it?
Somebody looked up my device and they said it did look a little phallic, but that's all right.
No.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, okay, great. But it works, man. It works, and I heard that Joe ate a cookie earlier.
Yeah.
So he's probably out there like, I'll take extra cheese and some pepperoni and thick crust and how long will that be? What do you mean 45 minutes? That's too long.
Wow.
That was my Joe voice. It wasn't very good.
Oh, that was all right. But man, sorry,
What?
I was looking to see if we can figure out how to add people. If there's anybody that's tried to add in on Discord, but I don't know how to. I don't know how to play the music bot off Internet Somalia. Do you?
No, I don't. Isn't it like colon play play and then whatever?
Yeah, I tried that. No, you tried semicolon. No. Maybe it's
colon. Oh yeah, semicolon. I'm
going to try just colon play.
No, it's not colon. I was wrong.
Oh man, I should be checking my colon more often.
You should. We should all put a finger up in the colon.
Yeah, stick a finger up there and see if you got lumps. Right? Is how you do it.
I don't know. I never did it myself, but I've been told. I know this guy who knows this guy who knows this guy.
No, it's not colon. It's not semicolon, and it's not fucking question mark. So I have no fucking clue. I can't get it to work there. I can make it work in an Uptight Citizens Brigade. And we do need to get this to work so that we can play music on here tonight. Because it's the only way I can do it with using a virtual cable connection and to be able to search for on-the-spot music and just play anything I want.
Would it play music that I play through my system? Not that I'm going to. I'm just curious.
No, it won't. No, because I'm the one hosting, so it'll just come out and choppy and it sound like shit. No, unless if you were the host on Spreaker, it would work fine. But because I'm broadcasting for mine, it won't work. Trust me.
Because I do shows with Mr. Midnight Movie, and now either of us can do. We're both playing music. It's coming out okay.
There is a way. If you've done it correctly and you have set it up right, it should work then. Because Debbie can do it for me but not many people can. I can do it.
Debbie's pretty good. She's set me up many times. Actually, I got to ask her now because this is the first time I've been set up with a Mac. I have a MacBook Pro.
Why don't you try playing something? Try playing a song, see if it works. That'd be awesome. I can play shit from off my computer, but if I want to just search something, or if you want to add something, that'd be neat. If it worked, it'd be a great experiment. Just try it out. If you feel like it.
Do you have like any suggestions for some like something?
Yeah, like Eric Cartman, "Fuck Me," from off South Park.
Did you ever see what was that? Did you ever see the episode Cock Magic? It was about cock magic.
No.
Oh my!
Oh!
Because I want to at least look pretty the next time you decide to me.
It's working.
I've got a better idea. Why don't you go across the street and buy some condoms? Because we should at least be safe if you're gonna.
It's good. It worked.
Yes, it did. It worked very clearly.
Good. Oh, yeah, good.
It worked very clearly. It was awesome.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That'll come in handy. If I find something, I'll definitely throw it in.
No, that's perfect, man. If you could search shit like that and just play it, that's just as good as I was going to do. And if I can't figure out the Discord connection, but if somebody does want to come into Discord, I guess I'll go into...
Something tells me we'll get a caller or two in, and then it's going to be like chaos in here. So,
as soon as they catch us on live, somebody's got to look into Spreaker and see we're on live, and then they'll jump in and they'll tell us. I already put it on Twitter and I put it on Facebook. Did you? Don't really matter. I'll go in Charlie's Wonderland and post it in there.
Oh yeah, I definitely posted it on Twitter. I'm not on Facebook anymore, but
you got booted off, eh?
Yeah, I got kicked off. So.
What? I was guessing. I was joking.
No, I did. The Jewish producer account of mine got booted. But Mr. Midnight Movie has an account. I actually run Mr. Midnight Movies. Guys, anything you see with Mr. Midnight Movie, it's basically me. I've set up everything from the website to Facebook to both our Twitters, Jewish Producer and Mr. Midnight Movie, Spreaker, all the Spreaker shows, all the Blog Talk Radio shows. You name it is all, like everything. I did all of it. And then, I kind of ran out of gas a little bit because I had set it up and start off. Here's what's so hard about and frustrating about setting people up on social networks. And maybe you've done this for somebody but I set him up and added 1,000 people, 1,000 followers, and started getting followers through just tweeting. And so then I handed it over to him because I had the Jewish Producer Twitter, and it's really, I don't like doing more than one Twitter. It's crazy. It's stupid, right? So there he goes. He's off and doing his own tweets, but he never added anybody. He never followed his own people, and he doesn't like or retweet other people. He only puts his own thoughts on there. So it's like the Mr. Midnight Movie account stagnated. It just stayed where it is, you know. I mean, he's got more followers, I guess, but man, it can get frustrating.
Yeah.
Same with Facebook too. Facebook too. I set him up on all these people and who I thought might be good people to follow, and say, "Here you go, man. Here's your password." Do. And he puts things on Facebook, but he doesn't add people and like other people's stuff. So, it's like, all right.
Okay, I have a question for you from the chat room in Discord. Was Stephen Hawking Hitler's grandson?
Whoa, I never heard that in my life before.
No, I don't know.
Would not be surprised. Would not be surprised if it's true.
I don't think it could be his grandson though. Maybe his son though. Maybe I don't know. Could it be his grandson?
Yeah, maybe his son.
It could be his grandson. Yeah. Maybe.
Or maybe one of the actors that played Stephen Hawkins was Hitler's grandson.
I think they must have been both related to the Queen of England.
Yeah.
Do you know that I heard that Hitler was related to the Queen of England, and that's why he didn't bomb the place? They bombed everywhere around, all around where the Queen lives, but they didn't bomb there. It just seemed to miss the fucking Parliament of England. It just missed.
So it was kind of like
missed.
in Star Wars, like
Yeah.
he's like seeing visions of his mom. He's like, Luke, Hitler,
Yeah.
Hitler,
Man, that
use
Queen.
the Force.
He's probably like thinking, having those moments where he dreams about having sex with his mother, and he looked at the Queen and thought he was attracted to her. Right? One of those. What do you call that?
Like in Back to the Future. I get you.
What was the famous psychiatrist? Damn.
Like Sigmund Freud.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Very
Sigmund
Freudian.
Freud. Yeah.
The Oedipus Rex.
Yeah. I think it was a Freudian thing, and Hitler couldn't bomb the Queen because it looked like his mother.
Yeah, you might be right. I never thought of that, man.
Maybe it was. Maybe they're related, and that's what it is. He wants to have sex with her. But they all them kings and queens and people of noble, they all fuck their cousins, right?
That's how it works.
No, I'm not even being silly right now. It sounds funny, but it's true. The fucked up part about it is it's actually fucking true.
Oh man. So any other question? There's nothing going on really on is anybody even listening to this? Come on, this is Wolfman Mike's show.
I can't believe that there's nobody in the
chat room.
How
are your numbers, by the way? Are your numbers fairly good, or do you struggle with them? Like, what's the deal?
Jeez, when I was doing my show all the time, I had great numbers, but it's just I haven't done it for a while, so
yeah,
I have no idea. I haven't done it for a while. I've been out for a while, so nobody's expecting this. So maybe and I only advertised it a little while ago on. I'm gonna go back on Twitter and I'll see if I can do something here. I'm surprised. I'm actually very surprised. There must be another show on live right now, and they're just used to listening to, so they tuned into that. Okay, I got you on my Twitter.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna. I mean, I wish I had pull to like bring in listeners like some guys do. I think Mr. Midnight Movie and I combined get some people, but. Yeah, I don't really do too many. This is why I took the opportunity to talk to you, because I'm like, this isn't rare. This is kind of rare. I did do a podcast. This is gonna make you laugh. Back in 2012, and that was like the first time I ever got interviewed, and it was about talking about all of the people who were talking about how the world was going to end because of the 2012 prophecies. And so I went on just basically like blasting that out of the water. And this guy interviewed me, and I was like, damn, man, I really like doing these. I should do more of them. So That was about the time I had started my own podcast. I started my own in like 2011, and I really enjoy it, man. I've been doing it ever since. But the last few months, it's been one setback after the next between me and Mr. Midnight Movie. So we're kind of getting our stuff back, and plus we were working on a script and like all this other stuff off there, and I had like on top of all that, I had a bunch of computer issues. So now that I have that squared away, you'll be probably hearing a lot more shows with me and Mr. Midnight Movie. Oh, I see you there. Dinosaurs were not real. I see you on the speaker marquee, man.
Yeah, there you go, man. I put a poster up and everything.
That is fantastic.
So we're going to start talking about that.
Dude,
really,
you did it with a gas station. That is amazing. That's such a great picture.
Look what it says on the gas station sign. It says T-Rex.
I see that. T-Rex gas, man. I love it. Oh, man. I wish gas prices were that. Oh, man. It says $1.55 for regular.
Okay,
man, that is a great poster.
I know. I'm good at it. Okay, I'm gonna get A-hole skeptic. There we go. A-hole skeptic. I'm gonna post this to a whole bunch of people. That'll.
Me too.
Okay, who else? Eric. You gotta get Eric. Hit him up. Okay, who else should I show? Let's see. Ron.
I just posted. Yeah. All right.
Ronald Bicycle Man.
Joe said he didn't want to be invited, but that's too late. He got it. He got the invite.
Should I hit on here? Amy on the radio.
Do you know who AA Meeting is on Discord? So AA Meeting says, "I love you, JP." I said, "Thanks. I'll believe it when I see it." And it says, "I do, dude. I think you're whacked right the fuck out of it, but love your crazy ass." Is that like not a great compliment?
Yeah, man.
I like it.
Haunted skeptic, and then we're gonna hit. Yeah, I'm hitting up on all kinds of people here that are gonna tell everyone. So.
People should be listening to this because I was shocked, to be honest, when I I just threw it out there a couple days, like maybe a couple weeks ago. First time I really kind of, or maybe a month ago, I'd been thinking on this and reading about it for about a year, and not like heavy duty research or anything. I just had heard other people mentioning this. So anyways, I just threw it out there, and like nobody I know, ever since that first time I said something, nobody I know is really, they all said the same thing. Like, what? Like, you're crazy, man. Everybody.
Oh, Rendezvous. We gotta tell her.
Yeah, tell Rendezvous. Oh, let me go on my Skype.
Yeah. Who else?
You.
I'm just trying to think. Hey, why don't you pick a song for a break? Unless you want me to put one on, but since you can do it from your end, it'd be really cool if you did. Just
Okay.
Something about dinosaurs. I don't know. What can we pick? Just.
I know what I want. I know what I would play.
What the hell? A dinosaur song. We need a caveman. I'm gonna hit caveman up too.
How about like
Caveman,
the trailer to Dinosaur Island?
Anything like that, or the start of the like Land of the Lost or something.
Yeah. That's a great song.
Yeah, Land of the Lost. Remember that?
Yeah, man, I got the theme song. So,
You do?
oh yeah, no, I got it. Yeah. Did you want to take a quick break for like a minute?
Yeah. Well, just play that, and then we'll.
It's only a minute long.
That's fine.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's cool. Play it, and I'm gonna tweet this out.
Oh.
There we go. There's gonna be a whole bunch of people notified right now. I just got my whole fucking group. I didn't have time to do it before, so I did it on the air. We're gonna see what happens. I just told a shitload of people all about this.
No, that's great, man. The more
And-
people, the better.
Yeah, because when we come back, then we're gonna start talking about the dinosaurs.
Oh, cool.
And get into this, and it'll start to be in a real nasty argument between me and JP, because
Yes.
yeah, and that's gonna be the gold radio that you want to hear when we start fucking arguing. Oh
Yes.
yeah. Oh look, we got chatters.
Oh, cool.
We got chatters. Ha ha, we do. Ed Z,
That is great.
Shout out to Huey and Ed Z. We'll be right back.
Oh, you laughed right at the key moment. Get the big dinosaur to go. "Ah!"
Yeah. It was a little bit quiet, but it was there. You could hear it
Oh.
in there.
Yeah, I turned it down and I forgot to turn it back up. Oops. But that
Oh.
wasn't the original theme song, right? There was another one. I thought I might be wrong.
I think that was the original one, but there is another one that came after that, I think. But, well, you play it again louder, because couldn't hear
Okay.
it very good. Couldn't hear it very good.
Let's see. I'm going to play this one. This one's 3 eras of the show. Let's see. I hope this is the song.
Crank
Okay.
it. Crank it.
Ah!
Me like take girl.
Run, Holly, run! Of the law. Rah.
Me try drag girl by hair. It not work out so good.
Okay, so I think this is another version.
This is caveman. This caveman Ugg. How are you doing? How you do? This caveman Ugg. I am modern day caveman.
Okay, this is the one I remember. This is when I was
No,
in my.
that was it. You had it. That was it. That was perfect. That was awesome, man. Okay, now we're gonna do this little jingle here.
Monster Castle. Paranormal. Radio Hound.
Oh, I've got an incoming phone call, man. Damn it. So, hello?
One second.
Oh, you there? Yeah, Mr. Midnight Movie's calling me. I want him in here too, but man, if I answer his damn Skype.
Oh, Mr. Midnight Movie. Isn't that you? I thought you were the same person.
Nah, that's my awesome
It's an
co-host.
Oh. You do different voices, right?
Nah, not really. I mean, I could,
I'm kidding.
or
That-
do I?
He is a real person then, right?
Yeah, the real deal.
All right. So, okay, let's get into the subject. That's it. Let's get in this fucking subject. Because we definitely have some listeners.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. So, you think myself, like, first, let's hear your idea.
Well, you mean like kind of like a premise, right? Of what I think. Here's what I think. no independent researchers have ever had access to real dinosaur bones. And I feel, based on a whole slew of information and connections and tie-ins, I don't believe that dinosaurs ever existed. You can quote me on that.
Wow. I've been to Drumheller, Alberta, and I've touched dinosaur bones. I went out in the Badlands and collected samples myself.
Yeah. Now, how did you know they were? Because this is it's very popular for civilians to go and find go look for bones. Now, where did you go? And
well, it was against the law, sir.
It was against the law.
Totally.
Because there is only one place that you can legally hunt for dinosaurs, and you need, believe it or not, you need a permit. And there's some really this is where it gets really crazy. Once you get the permit, you have to there's like you can only search for there's like very strict requirements on it. Like you can only hunt for like up to one Tyrannosaurus Rex at so much weight, and a female of one other. There's a couple really weird restrictions. I read through it once, and I can't remember. But look at, if you ever want to see something interesting, check that out. When you do get a permit to hunt for dinosaur bones legitimately, what the requirements are.
Oh, I'm quite aware of it. My cousin and I, when I was only about 11 years old, when we asked the museum if we could go hunt on our own. And they said, and they just laughed at us kids, right? You're just kids, right? He was 16. He's like, well, why are you laughing at us? Why can't we go in there and look? And there was a big fence up, and it's very dangerous in there. You're not allowed to go in there and stuff. To me, I just thought, why would God make a planet, if you guys believe in God, anyone who does, or whoever made this planet, is it made for other people that give us restrictions on where we can go on this planet? Because we were born here, so I think it's everybody's right to go anywhere the fuck you want on this planet.
Mike, that's why the first thing I said, before I even stated my premise that dinosaurs were never in existence, my first bit of information I found the most interesting is that there are only a very, very, very select few paleontologists that are allowed to access these magical bones, and there is no independent research into dinosaur bones, and that's because it is a gigantic industry. It's just such a big industry. I mean, it's got all kinds of restrictions. I don't know if you've ever gone to a museum to see dinosaurs. I have at the LA Historical History Museum here. They've got a dinosaur exhibit there, and you can be sure. I've talked to everyone there. Not only have I talked about it, I just happen to know, as you might, that all the bones that are in any museum, they're all fake. They're all replicas.
Okay, well, damn, I hate to tell you this, but me and my cousin jumped the fucking fence. We had to climb up a big cliff face to get to the fence. It was way up on a cliff face, and it was dangerous as all shit. And shout out to Mr. White. Hey man, he's in the chat.
What's up, Mr. White? Love that dude.
Yeah, me too. So anyway, we climbed up this fucking cliff face, which was about, I would say, excuse me, 50 feet tall, and then we had to climb a fence with barbed wire on the top of it, and we got over all that, and we got into the Badlands, and we were fucking just sneaking around. I can't believe we got in there. You'd never be able to do it nowadays. And this was 30 years ago. I was only like 11 years old, right? So,
right.
I'm not kidding. This is a true story. But we were looking around. I found petrified wood. We found fragments of what looked like dinosaur bones. We were looking all around dig sites, and we saw bones and shit in the rock.
But why dinosaur bones? Why aren't those bones of any? How do you know what distinguished them from any mammal or the millions of other?
Hey, who knows?
breeds?
Maybe they were big creatures, so it had to have been like elephants or mammoths or something big, man.
Well,
Bigger than
well,
it's bigger than anything that's living on
there
this
are
earth
very
right now.
huge. I'm not saying there's no large animals. There are massive animals. I think
Maybe,
the biggest
maybe they were whales. I don't know.
could be whales.
Maybe
I don't know, but
that
how big
used
of
to be? Who knows? Maybe that used to be a seabed at one time. It was in Alberta, in Drumheller, Alberta. And they called it Badlands.
but and what were the like what? How big were these? I mean, are you looking through your 11-year-old mind, or did somebody actually measure these, or like how big was this?
Well, I don't know. Like those chunks of bone that we found and stuff that was stone. It was
Do you
rock.
automatically think it's a dinosaur? You defaulted to dinosaur bone, right?
To me, it looked human. It looked like a human rib bone. What I had in my hand. And it was
Damn.
made of stone, not bone. It was stone. It had turned to
Yeah,
stone, so it was petrified. That means it's very old.
Mm-hmm.
That means it's millions of years old.
Possibly, yeah. Very old.
I showed some of the samples. I think most of them probably got stolen off me by now. I don't even know where they ended up.
Well, that would be a damn shame because the bone selling market is very very big online, and I don't know if you've seen what some of these supposed dinosaur bones go for online, but holy moly!
Well, I had them for a
Not cheap.
long time in my possession, but moving so many times and stuff, and every time you move, you lose things, and I really
You
don't
don't lose dinosaur bones. Come on.
I think I had them stashed at my mom's, and after they cleaned out that room, I don't know what they did with them. I lost track.
Mom threw away my damn dinosaur bones,
Well,
man.
somebody took them. Like, they took a lot of my shit. They even took my little pictures and the photo albums, and everything I fucking did. Somebody's taken. My
Wolfman,
my paintings, everything. Someone fucking steals all my shit, and I don't care. I don't latch on to material possessions, so I don't give a fuck.
Museums admit, okay, to that they use carefully made replicas. It's no secret. There is, and it's kind of like reading the fine print. It's not like they advertise this, like, come see our dinosaur replica exhibit. You go to see the dinosaur exhibit, okay? And so people especially, I mean, who is it for, Mike? Who are these museums for the most part? It's for the kids, right? So the kids go, and who are the most impressionable of us? Is it me or you? I ain't changing your mind. You got your mind made up, man. You got your mind made up in petrified stone. I'm saying kids are have been always marketed the dinosaur, man, and so these museums I mean, I can't tell you. There's endless number of accounts of people quitting jobs at dinosaur exhibits. Dude,
Sorry,
it's
we
no
were
secret. Oh no.
We
I
were
hope
chopping up. We were chopping up for a second there. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. No, maybe I'm too far on my mic. Anyways,
No, I know what was going on. I'm overdoing too many things at once on the one little computer here, and I better stop doing that. If I search things while you're talking, it cracks you. It makes your voice crack. That's what
I don't think that translates to the people, though. I think the people are hearing a straight shot.
Oh, I hope so. I never checked my feed.
The feeds always come out better than the our call on Skype's a real weird system, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm not just using Skype. I'm broadcasting. Plus, I have Discord on in case someone wants it. If otherwise, I should just shut the Discord off.
Oh man, yeah, I always have my Discord up. Is my Discord the one that's making all these beeps? If it, you know what, it probably is. I'm sorry if it is.
I'm not hearing any beeps from your end.
Oh,
Like,
okay. I'll change my settings on here just in case they are coming through. I don't know.
hopefully
I don't know. What do you
still
think?
have
But
mine
is that
all off.
is that a compelling opening line, though? I mean, come on. Dinosaurs never existed. There's more information, man. I'm telling you, I don't know how far into this you want to go, or if you have any callers out there that want to talk about it. What I'm looking for, really, is somebody else who thinks along these lines. Dinosaurs, there's never been a dinosaur skull found.
Well, I'll tell you.
In fact, there's never been a complete dinosaur ever made. And what the paleontologists, what you're told from the museums, is that the dinosaurs are the bones that they find are put together in a way, and they get however far they get, and the rest is completely fabricated. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know. You're the guest. I do believe that you're on to. You could be onto something.
I could be, but I think I am. And look, there's, we're going back to the kids here. We're going back to the movies, right? Look at the movies, and they're especially the animated films like Ice Age and what was the other one? Land by Time or something. Land of Time.
Yeah, Land of Lost or whatever. Yeah, well, there's been a million of them, and that's to pre-program people into believing before, and there was any evidence. They already were making movies to pre-program you over all this shit, right? That they want to make your fucking brain believe.
Right, and you get Jurassic Park, Dinosaur Island. These are all movies that depict dinosaurs in a very, very specific way.
And what else have they been doing this with? UFOs.
Oh, UFOs have the same, absolutely. Oh, the mythology is there. I guess more people, though, have claimed, I've seen UFOs than dinosaurs. So,
well,
no,
I don't
what
know.
I found interesting...
Okay.
One other quick thing, and I didn't want to cut you off because you know your shit with UFOs, but like with the dinosaurs, okay, it was kind of like a concept that was the word was created in the 1840s, yada yada. First dinosaur bones were created and are found in the 1850s, and then there were the bone wars and yada yada. So there's a lot of history there, and I was going on. I just went off on a tangent. I shouldn't have gone off. But anyways, I just wanted to start there. Go on. What were you saying about UFOs?
Well, I just say that it could be the same sort of pre-programming. If what you're saying is true, then it fits the whole genre of these movies that pre-program people for brainwashing them into some sort of submission.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And the submission for UFOs is obvious to me. What they're going to do is one day they're going to say, "Oh, the UFOs are attacking, so we have to put military control over all of you."
Right. What if all of a sudden we heard from these people, "Oh my God, there's been a Tyrannosaurus Rex that crawled out from a cave in Antarctica."
Actually, I think it'd be worse than that. Yeah, it could be that they say, "Oh my God, the ice melted," and now there was live dinosaurs let into the ocean and they're breeding again, or something to the effect, or some scientist did an experiment like Jurassic Park and now they're on the loose and it's a big terror. So we have to do military control because the dinosaurs are on the loose. Yeah, that's possible, and they use scary events like this to control people and put military control, and when they think the public might be getting out of hand and getting to the point where they may actually come stand against Parliament with their pitchforks in hand and say, "We've had fucking enough of your bullshit. Now get the fuck out of our country, you stupid politicians."
People are probably saying, why would they be faked? And I don't want to get into all the history because it gets, I'll go as far as you want, but like I don't want to get too into all of that muck. But I guess what would it originally go for? Would be kind of like to prove evolution, maybe, and maybe even to disprove God. And I don't know. I mean, without a dinosaur skull or a complete set of bones, and the fact that I've never and probably never will see an actual dinosaur bone unless I get lucky and find one like you did. You know what? It's just all branded hogwash, branded bullshit.
Oh,
And
it wasn't lucky, dude. I went through a lot of trouble with my cousin talking me into breaking into this fucking. And there was signs saying that you could be shot. I'm not kidding. You could be.
No, I believe it. That's crazy.
You could be shot if you were caught in there. It said lethal force could be in effect if trespass. No trespassing. Something about lethal force could be.
It's like the Roswell. It's like the Roswell of dinosaurs.
Basically, yeah. So it's the same thing as like Roswell. Yeah, it said you could be shot if you go in there.
I wonder if there is a Roswell like place for dinosaur. I mean, it sounds like it would be that. Maybe there's some kind of secret lab where they're doing these weird tests, and they've got some specimens that they don't want anybody to see.
What do you mean you wonder? I know there is.
Oh.
I'm 100% positive that there's experimenting just like the movies, like Stargate SG-1. You don't think they already have a Stargate in use here? Of course they do. That's another one of their programming thing. They think it's funny to show it on TV when they have the shit, and you think you're watching some kind of a science fiction, but it's actually they're just making a show out of something they already have.
Is it that much of a stretch to think about it? Like, all the information I got about dinosaurs was from like these Snoopy books or my stupid textbooks from science class, and that this dumb science they teach you in high school. Maybe some museums.
The only one I believe in is the Lickalotopus. I'm kind of like a Lickalotopus.
Yeah, I think I might have some. Maybe we're distant cousins or something, man.
I know some
lesbians.
I know some lesbians that are like that. They're like a Lickalotopus too.
I like Lickalotopusses. They've always been nice to me.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it. Yeah, my wife likes. She liked them too.
Straight carnivores, man.
Yeah, but other than that, the rest of them, I don't think they made any petroleum out of them.
Yeah, then you got that whole tie-in. I was going to say with those movies also, by the way, Universal Studios made Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is known, their main shareholder is a Mason, right? It's the Rothschilds, man. And the Rothschilds are basically they are the big name in petroleum. The Rothschilds. So then you get, you can always make that logical leap from, how the dinosaurs mythos was used to in the petroleum industry. I don't know if it was ever I'm trying to remember back, but my earliest memories, and this goes for a lot of people, man. A lot of people I talk to, and I've heard in conversation and just in forever, man. I just use my head a little bit and I think back, and my first thought was that oil, gas, petroleum came from dinosaurs, and I don't know why I thought that. I just remember that was kind of my perception, that maybe there was as a possibility for where oil came from, it was like this layer on Earth where all the dinosaurs just died and glued and melted into this goo that became petroleum or something. I think that was like my very young mind trying to perceive, what happened and all this, and what's oil, and those are thoughts when I was a little kid. And So I don't think that I ever challenged those thoughts until the last year or two, and I should have, but I never did. And so now that I think about it, it makes so much sense. And look at Sinclair Oil, that company Sinclair. They had a little dinosaur on their logo. Give me a break, man.
Oh, yeah.
And it was and it was just like dinosaurs were.
You are on the air. This is Art Bell with Monster Castle Paranormal. Eric, please turn off your background device. Eric, is that you? Hello, Eric. Turn off your background device, please.
Hello, sir.
We have a caller. I may have to let him go. I think it could be a pocket call.
Caller, calm down.
It sounds like he's beating someone up.
Joe, your pizza will be there in 10 minutes. Who
It
is this
really
caller?
does. This
Hello.
is. Hello, Eric? You're on the air with Monster Castle Paranormal. Sir. My gosh.
Is this Eric, the Eric that used to call into Debbie?
Well, yes, he is my buddy. This is the Awakening Man.
Nice. All right. At least I mean I know who he is, but where is he? I don't.
I believe he's fucking up drastically.
Jurassically.
Yeah, he's fucking up drastically. Oh my god. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna have. He must have pocket called. That I just had to hang up on him. That was terrible. Oh my god. Let's try this again. Are you still there? JP.
I'm still here. I'm
Wow.
just answering. Marcus Altrightius said Sinclair Gas used to have the dinosaur sign. They still do, man. They still do. I checked. I took a picture of it today.
Yeah.
I was at a gas station, and guess what they had on there, man? I'm putting stupid Sinclair gas that doesn't even have any dinosaur in it into my car, and they've got this sign up there that says you can win a giant dino. I'm not kidding you, Mike. You can win a giant dino. What's a fucking dino, man? Dino. Win a dino? Screw you. I wanted to go in there and yell at the guy, but I'm like, what good is that going to do? There's no dinosaurs in your
Yeah, but
oil.
still, I went to court for writing a country song. Okay? So what do you think I did in the courtroom?
Was
what
it
do they-
about masturbation?
Not to do with it. No, it was about dunking it was a country song about dunking your head, your boss's
Can you
head.
play that tonight?
I
want to
can.
hear it tonight.
Dunking
Just-
your
okay.
dunking your boss's head in the river when he doesn't pay you.
Oh, he came after you for that? Wow, as a threat?
Yeah, I got death
Oh.
threat for it. Yeah,
Oh man,
yeah.
that's
Well, it wasn't even the boss. It was just the guy that wrote the song with me. Said I was going after him and that I was going to dunk him and an ex-boyfriend of the lady I was living at her house. So I got death threats against both of them for that.
whoa, man. You
Yeah.
got double. Have you always found? Are you kind of think back on some of your earlier maybe one of your first girlfriends did you always have high drama relationships, or is just kind of falling into some drama recently, or has this always been something that you've dealt with, or?
Well, I think it's because of my controversial sort of I don't give a fuck what you think attitude, and I tell people whatever I think off the top of my cuff. Yeah, I always get in shit.
That's awesome.
But it's funny, and I'm a comedian. So, I'm a comedian. So, I don't know if everybody realized that, but I am a comedian. This show this show is actually a comedy.
When I first heard you, okay, it was just this one night I was checking out different shows. I'm that was my very first impression. this guy's got a pretty good voice. And I was like, but like he's pretty funny. Like I'm gonna listen to this, and that was my first impression. Like it got me kind of laughing a little bit.
I try to emulate what like they do on other shows like Art Bell and Coast to Coast and that. But my show's different because it's a comedy. So
I like that.
It's kind of like a parody of it, but sometimes we touch on some real shit. But really, I just want a good argument with somebody that's funny to listen to.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like with my show, I do with Mr. Midnight Movie. Our show's always been funny in a way. Like we always liked it, but I think with our topic that Mr. Midnight Movie really likes to get into, when you start talking about race issues, there's limited opportunities for like throw in humor without fucking it up. So that's a real tough sell. It's a tough thing to do when you're talking about race. But I've always liked the idea of doing a show that has humor in it. I don't. That's how I am in real life. I don't take anything so serious to the point where I know I can't at least get something out of it. Humor, as far as humor goes.
Gosh, why am I having trouble with advertisements on Skype, man? Holy fuck!
I thought at least somebody out there would be kind of like pissed off about this thing because of the dinosaurs are. I don't know, man. Dinosaurs are part of it seems to be part of everybody's life. And there was even a story. Do you remember the story? Not even that long ago.
Like Marcus says, what about an inflatable brontosaurus? Do you believe in those?
And that's what he's talking about. That Sinclair has this promotion.